The Bad Batch. One of the greatest Star Wars shows of cartoons that we have got, and it's really Clone Wars Series 8 and Series 9.
Never thought I'd see battle droids helping us.
It's all under control, sir.
I trust in those droids to get us into the Citadel. We
are finally talking about the Bad Batch and what LEGO sets we could be seeing from this series. So welcome back to LEGO Access as I tell you the sets that we need to get, not the ones we want, the ones we need to get from the LEGO Bad Batch. So before we get into the video, please subscribe and please follow my Twitter. There'll be updates on there concerning all latest videos and everything that's going to be happening. But please do subscribe and please follow my Twitter. So let's talk about the Bad Batch. There's only 4 main sets I want. Now let's talk about the first one. Now Gungi is a Jedi Padawan that we saw in Clone Wars as the first Wookiee Jedi that I personally have ever seen. Now I would love a set following that story, following his capture, following Omega and him, following around that whole episode. I think that episode would be great, and I think that's an episode that needs to be recreated into a LEGO format. Now what I'm thinking of is an Omega and Gungi duo for this set against some of the bad guys in it. I think that would be really cool, and I think it can be a relatively small set. I'm thinking only $19.99 just to get these 2 characters, because if you want to get any of the Bad Batch, if you want to do that, you've got to pay over £200 to even get any of these characters. So that is also why I'm a big believer in a new LEGO Star Wars character packs that we can get, similar to Marvel, similar to DC, something for Star Wars fans to get their LEGO characters in a relatively more easy way. But let's talk about what other sets we could also get. I think you've got to talk about one of the best episodes we got, which was Clones Conspiracy, with Rio Churchy obviously advocating for the clones to kind of have a say in the New Republic's, or the Empire's policy in it. I think you've got to include the Clone Conspiracy. Now this could have Rex and Echo and all of the different characters trying to help the clones and try and obviously stop the Empire from taking advantage of the clones. Obviously that's when we saw the kind of change in it. One of the senators for the Empire kind of got like fired, taken away, arrested, a scapegoat. Now whether he has been arrested, whether he's going to be in Bad Batch season 3, we really don't know, but he could definitely be in this set as well. We could also kind of just see like just the clones completely running away, getting picked up by Rex at the end. There's something with the clones in Bad Batch. I would like to see the Bad Batch with Rex, so I'm thinking maybe Echo, Wrecker, maybe some of those. Now that would be kind of a cool addition to add to Bad Batch, in my personal opinion. One of the Bad Batch sets that we really do need. Now additionally, I think, you know, there's lots of stories in Bad Batch that are kind of filler episodes. I'm thinking about the Xylo Beast, I'm thinking about the race with Tech, and just doing lots of sideline stories for Sid, which almost kind of frustrates me, because yes, I would like to have a set with Sid at the end of the finale, but it makes no sense to me why they went back there, why they thought it was safer there. It literally makes 0 sense. And I guess this is where we're going to have to talk about some more sets that I think could be possible, and this is one, is the Summit. Now the Summit is probably one of the best episodes there. The Bad Batch are in a struggling position, they've been in one before. You think they're going to escape, you think they're going to go to the place and try and free Crosshair, see him and interact with him, kind of like they did in Kamino in the first series, but no, they fail terribly. They can't escape. Saul Guerrero messes them up. There's a big Rogue One sort of plot twist there, Saul Guerrero with Krennic in and around this place as well. So personally, I do think that is my favorite episode, because we actually see the Bad Batch in a vulnerable state, and obviously that leads to the demise of Tech. Now whether he's dead or not, we really, well, personally, whenever you don't see a guy die in Star Wars, it means that they could be alive. They couldn't. They did it with Echo, they did it with Darth Maul, they did it with Darth Sidious, obviously that crazy line, Palpatine returns. So why could they not do it with Tech? Yes, they finally smashed out the goggles, and maybe people were saying, what, that's the only thing they could actually retrieve of him. it was too bloodied to see the rest of it. But I completely disagree. I think he just brought up the smashed up goggles to try and persuade Hunter and persuade Wrecker that it's all over. They should just hand over Omega because they've got nothing left to fight for. They've lost one of their people. They don't want to lose more. And I also don't know if maybe Tech escaped on that planet, maybe he's off somewhere, or he was captured. Now, for me, it wouldn't make sense if he was captured, because if he was captured, that means that they would want him, whereas he obviously says in the finale that he doesn't want the Bad Batch, he just wants them arrested and taken away. He doesn't actually want to experiment on them, he just wants to experiment on Omega. Obviously, this links to Snoke, the cloning, and all of that stuff, which is kind of obvious. But I think maybe Tech escaped. Personally, I do. Obviously, I think the Bad Batch are all going to die at some point. They're obviously not mentioned in Star Wars Rebels. They're not mentioned later on. It's obviously, I think it's quite obvious that at least Echo will die. And yeah, obviously, this should be a set in it. So the summit with that tanker, with Wrecker screaming out, crying for help, as Tech falls to what appears to be his death, should definitely be a set. Now, I'm generally thinking it should kind of be like a bridge maneuver with the two little carts, I guess you call them, or the train carts, kind of going through with Bad Batch in one and the Stormtroopers in the other. That personally would be for me. I like a Saw Gerrera character in it, but I don't think that would be possible. I would like it to be a big set, so I'd say it'd be $59.99. Now, I'm not trying to pull that number out of midair. I'm just trying to be realistic. I know maybe the way the set sounds to you guys, that would be literally way too expensive. But for me, I think that's a reasonable price. I just want them to release Bad Batch sets that aren't £200 a piece. Obviously, we've got 2 Bad Batch sets so far, and they've $250 for that Cad Bane ship, which I actually really wanted. I would actually buy that set. I'll buy the original Bad Batch ship as well. But it's £200. I just really can't drop that amount of money on a Bad Batch set right now. But
so I'm taking my time on my ride.
The final one I want to talk to you about is definitely one I want to follow. I think just anything from Crosshair's story through when he meets Cody, from shooting that senator to then being controlled and captured. Anything from Crosshair's story would be really, really cool to see. I think their base and their research facility would be a really cool part of to see of Crosshair, or even the remains of the clone base and the sort of stormtrooper training grounds that they do have after Kamino would also be really cool. But anything with Crosshair, what I think is most likely is when Crosshair obviously shoots a senator at the end after lots of clones have died at the time. I think that definitely would be my go-to to do it, because you can do it in a very small set. It's possible to get Crosshair, and that definitely would be my personal favorite, or we should get, and that is the Summit, Clone Conspiracy, Crosshair story, and a Gungi story as well, or Gungi story as well. 4 sets there, 4 relatively small sets, but 4 sets that we could possibly get. Now, I'm not sure if you guys have any other ideas. If you do, please drop them down in the comments and tell me about it. I am aiming to upload a lot of videos. I'm recording 7 videos today, so I'm going to be back in full force very, very soon. So make sure to follow my Twitter, stay updated, and I'm going to tell you.
Never followed orders.
I've got some exciting things coming, so make sure to subscribe, make sure to like the video, and I'm so happy that I'm back and I can talk about the Bad Batch and how good it is, because I think so. So if you want to argue about me with the Bad Batch in the comments about tech stuff, please do feel free, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.